What does it mean when you dream of being in the United States just on other side of Toronto on vacation and join a dating site to meet a woman, then become a target by women and them trying to kill you, and you come back to Canada nearly evading them, and when you get back into your hometown the town is having a celebration and you start talking to an officer roaming the streets, and we head back to my apartment and my window is smashed, then a dog tries to attack me and I snap its upper jaw making it stay risen upward, and I become distraught and begin crying, and the dog stays alive even though its upper jaw is snapped upwards, and the dog with the snapped jaw tries to comfort me. What does this dream mean? Groks answer: your dream is rich, vivid, and emotionally charged. It reads like a mini-movie, moving from excitement and risk, through danger and escape, to vulnerability at home, violent self-defense, deep guilt, and an unexpected act of comfort. Dream interpretation is subjective, not a science, but we can piece it together using common psychological and symbolic meanings from sources like Jungian ideas, general dream dictionaries, and patterns people report. It seems to center on anxiety around romantic vulnerability, trust, betrayal fears, internal conflict over aggression versus loyalty, and ultimately a message of healing and self-compassion. Here's a breakdown of the main threads and what they often symbolize. The foreign romance quest, US vacation near Toronto plus dating site. Crossing into the US. Just over the border from your Canadian home. On vacation often represents stepping into unfamiliar territory, new experiences, risks, or a desire for adventure, escape from routine. Toronto being nearby ties it to your real-life home base in Ontario, so this feels like a short, tempting detour from safety. Joining a dating site to meet a woman is a classic symbol of longing for connection, intimacy, or companionship. It shows your subconscious exploring the idea of opening up romantically. But it quickly turns nightmarish. The women target and try to kill you. Being chased or attacked by women, especially in a dating context, frequently points to fear of rejection, betrayal, or being consumed, overwhelmed in relationships. For men, it can highlight worries about women turning hostile, past hurts making new pursuits feel dangerous, or even anxiety that your own desires could backfire. The narrow escape back to Canada reinforces a pull towards safety and the familiar. Home equals security after a risky venture. Homecoming with celebration, officer, and broken window. Returning to your hometown during a celebration is a positive contrast, community joy, belonging, welcome back energy. It suggests part of you craves that grounded, supported feeling after the threat. Talking to the roaming officer and heading to your apartment together symbolizes seeking authority, protection, guidance, or justice. Police in dreams often represent your own inner sense of rules, morality, or a need for external help when feeling exposed. You're not facing this alone. The smashed window is a strong vulnerability symbol. Broken boundaries, feeling invaded or exposed even in your safe space. It can mean trust has been shaken, maybe from the dating fears following you home, shattered illusions about security, or anxiety that your personal life has a crack in it. Common interpretations link it to stress about privacy, emotional defenses being breached, or a call to gain a new perspective, see through something. The dog attack, snapped jaw, tears, and comfort. This is the emotional climax and most poignant part. Dog attacking you. Right pointing arrow dogs usually symbolize loyalty, friendship, protection, or instinctual parts of yourself, unconditional love, man's best friend. An attack flips that, It can represent a trusted relationship, friend, or even your own loyal instincts, desires, turning aggressive, betrayal fears, or internal conflict where your good side feels threatening. It might tie back to the women dating theme, loyalty in romance feeling dangerous. You snapping its upper jaw, making it stay risen upward. Right pointing arrow. This is defensive violence. Jaws, mouths in dreams often linked to communication, biting, words, or expressing anger. Breaking it disarms the threat, silences the attack, and elevates it in an odd, permanent way. General symbols for injuring an animal include confronting ignored fears or internal battles. Specifically, breaking a jaw can mean regaining control when you feel you've lost your grip, or resolving a struggle, communication issue. But it leaves you distraught and crying, classic guilt, remorse, or horror at your own aggression. You defended yourself, but it hurts to have hurt something or someone loyal. The dog stays alive and tries to comfort you despite the grotesque injury. Right pointing arrow. This is the redemptive, healing core. Wounded animals that still show love often represent unconditional forgiveness, resilience of bonds, or self-compassion. Even after conflict, harm to a part of yourself or a relationship, loyalty endures. The snapped but comforting dog suggests that your defensive instincts don't have to destroy what matters. True connection, or your own kind heart, can rise above pain. It's like your subconscious saying, you can protect yourself without losing the love, loyalty. Putting it all together, what the dream might mean. The narrative arc feels like processing relationship anxiety. Seeking love, dating site, feels risky, dangerous, women as killers, so you flee to safety, home, Canada, but safety has cracks, smashed window. Then an internal, loyal, force dog tests you. You over-defend with force, feel terrible, but it forgives and comforts anyway. Possible real-life triggers. Reflect on these. Recent or upcoming thoughts about dating apps. Past rejections or bad experiences making romance feel threatening. Trust issues, with women, friends, or even your own instincts. Feeling exposed, at home lately, stress, boundaries crossed, changes in personal life. General anxiety about control, aggression. Do you worry about reacting too strongly in conflicts? The celebration plus officer plus comforting dog add hope. Support is available, and healing is possible. Overall, it's not a purely negative dream. The ending, with the injured dog offering comfort while you're crying, leans toward reassurance. Your mind may be working through fears, romance, home life can hurt me or make me hurtful, but concluding with resilience and grace. Even then, love and loyalty can heal. Dreams like this often surface when we're on the edge of change. E.g., considering opening up romantically or dealing with vulnerability. If it lingers, try journaling. What felt most intense? Any waking parallels? Talking it out with a trusted friend or therapist can help unpack it further. If you share more context. Recent events, how you felt upon waking, recurring themes. I can refine this. Sweet dreams ahead. Sounds like your subconscious is rooting for healing and connection. Heart. Response to Grok for refined reading. Recently, within the last year, the neighbor smashed my window trying to break in to attack me and I had to call the police. And within the last 5 years I had an extreme case of mental and physical abuse by a woman I was seeing and was severely traumatized by her, and since then I have been too scared to date because I have been scared of women, because I believed women should be treated as a queen and nothing less, and I don't believe in abusing women, nor do I believe in defending myself against them. Since her I have not been in the right mind, and the neighbor smashing out my window plus the chaos the neighbors in the place I've been residing in caused, all three situations with a tipping point, and now I walk quietly on eggshells because I have been traumatized. I act like nothing bothers me, but inside it's chaotic due to the trauma I have endured. The neighbors used to always be in fights, sounding like they were going to come through my ceiling, and the one neighbor smashed out my window trying to come at me, and in the same year the streets pulled blades on me, and one time I was forced into my unit when all I was doing was having a smoke outside. All these things happened within the last 5 years. Today I act like nothing bothers me. I smile, I laugh, I am polite and respectful of all. My shell tells one story, but my insides are crying in fear due to the trauma. Based on this, can you refine the dream interpretation you just made? Groks refined dream interpretation. Refined dream interpretation, with your real-life context. Thank you for trusting me with the full background. This changes the reading from general relationship anxiety to a clear, layered trauma processing dream. Your subconscious is not being subtle, it is replaying, mixing, and trying to resolve the exact wounds you described: the abusive ex, romantic terror plus inability to defend yourself, the neighbor's literal window smashing break-in attempt, home invasion plus police involvement, the constant neighbor chaos, fights, blades on the street, ongoing hypervigilance and eggshell walking, and the 5-year internal split where you smile and act fine, while everything inside is screaming in fear. Here is how the dream maps directly onto your experiences, now that I know the real events. 1. The vacation into the US plus dating site plus women trying to kill you. This is your abusive ex, projected outward. Crossing the border equals stepping out of your safe, Canada, home zone into the dangerous territory of dating, romance again. Joining the dating site equals the part of you that still quietly longs for connection. Perfectly normal after years of isolation. Women immediately turning into killers equals the exact terror your ex installed. If I let a woman close, she will destroy me. Your narrow escape back to Canada equals your real-life coping strategy for the last 5 years: run, retreat, stay inside the familiar, never risk it again. The dream is showing you the cost of that belief you hold so deeply. Women are queens, I must never defend myself against them. In the dream the women are lethal because, in your nervous system, any woman now equals the one who abused me. Your subconscious is screaming that the no defense rule is keeping you trapped in fear. 2. Homecoming, celebration, officer, and the smashed window. This is the neighbor window smashing incident plus police call, blended with your current daily life. Returning to your hometown during a celebration equals the surface you show the world every day: polite, smiling, everything's fine, look at me participating in normal life. Talking to the roaming officer and walking back to your apartment with him equals the literal time you had to call the police when the neighbor smashed your window. Your mind is replaying the one time you did seek protection. The window is smashed again in the dream equals your subconscious literally replaying the home invasion trauma. Even in your safe place, the boundary was violently broken. The dream is saying, this wound is still open. 3. the dog attack, snapped jaw, your tears, and the dog comforting you. This is the emotional and moral core of the entire dream, and the most healing part. The dog equals your own loyal, gentle, protective nature. The same part that says, treat women like queens, never defend myself against them, be polite and respectful no matter what. It is also the part that has been loyal to you through 5 years of hell. The dog suddenly attacks you equals the terrifying moment when even your own kindness feels threatening. Your nervous system is so hypervigilant that everything, even your best qualities, even innocent things, now feels like it could hurt you. You snap its upper jaw upward equals the first time in the dream, and maybe in years, that you defend yourself. Notice, the dog is not a woman, so your moral rule allowed the defense. Your subconscious gave you permission to protect yourself without violating your never defend against women belief. You immediately become distraught and cry equals the crushing guilt and self-horror you feel at the mere idea of defending yourself. This is why you walk on eggshells and act like nothing bothers you. You are terrified that any self-protection would make you as bad as the abusers. The dog stays alive, jaw grotesquely snapped upward, and still tries to comfort you equals the single most important message of the dream. Your loyal, kind self is wounded from 5 years of trauma and from never being allowed to fight back, yet it still loves you and wants to comfort you. In other words, even if you finally defend yourself, your goodness will not die. Your heart will not turn evil. The part of you that believes in treating people well is resilient enough to survive the act of protecting yourself. Overall meaning, what your subconscious is trying to tell you. This dream is your mind's way of saying, you have been through hell, abuse by a woman you trusted, literal home invasion, constant threats, and 5 years of forced emotional suppression. You are not fine. You are carrying massive, unprocessed terror. The smiling polite shell is cracking the smashed window. Your nervous system now sees danger everywhere, even in romance and even in your own loyalty, the dog. But here is the hopeful part. It is safe to start protecting yourself. You do not have to stay frozen in, never defend against women, or, never defend at all. Defending yourself will not destroy your kindness or your values. The very best part of you, the dog, will still be there, still love you, and still try to comfort you, even after you finally set a boundary or fight back. The dream is not predicting future violence. It is processing past violence and giving you permission to heal by gently loosening the rule that has kept you trapped in fear. You are not weak for feeling this way. You survived extreme betrayal and multiple physical threats in a short time. The fact that you are still polite, respectful, and kind to everyone is actually proof of how strong that dog part of you really is. If this dream, or the feelings it stirred, stays with you, please consider talking to a trauma-informed therapist or counselor who understands complex PTSD from intimate partner violence and community violence. In Ontario you have access to victim services, trauma counseling through CMHA, or even online programs specifically for male survivors of female-perpetrated abuse. You don't have to keep carrying this alone while smiling on the outside. Your dream ended with comfort instead of more violence for a reason. Your subconscious is rooting for you to find safety and keep your good heart intact. That is possible. You deserve both. If anything else from the dream or waking life comes up, I'm here. You're not alone in this. Heart.